Hello everyone, it's Charlton. Please subscribe to my channel, tap the notification bell. I'd appreciate it majorly. So Trump's brother did pass away. I don't know what time he passed away. It doesn't say in the two articles that I read, Daily Mail, CNN. But the news is fairly, recent. CNN's only from 10 minutes ago. The Daily Mail's from about a half hour ago. And so Trump's youngest brother, he's the youngest of 4 siblings as far as I could tell. Even the Daily Mail keeps saying he's the youngest of 5. I don't know where the 5th is though. I mean, because it's Trump, his sister, who I think is not even positive. I think it's Susan, and the youngest brother, Robert, and then Fred, who passed away. So that would be 4. But anyways, he did pass away. Trump put out a statement, or the White House did, or it's actually Trump's statement where he, and he said, he wasn't just my brother. This is Trump's in his statement, but he was my best friend. I had no idea. I never even heard of Robert Trump until the last few days where he, went to the hospital, New York Presbyterian Hospital, where he was basically described as being very ill by the White House and the president, and the president said that he's just not doing well. So, I mean, it sounded like he might potentially die. That's what it sounded like, and he's passed away. It's a shame. It's obviously a shame, So, but like I said, Trump put out a statement saying that he wasn't just my brother, he was my best friend. I just didn't know he was that close to him. Apparently he worked for, and then he went on to say that he'll be sorely missed, but that we will meet again, something like that, and so forth. So he apparently worked for the Trump Organization. I wasn't aware of that either. He was an executive vice president. One of the duties that he had was he oversaw the casinos in Atlantic City. That's one of his responsibilities throughout his career at the Trump Organization, which goes back years. So he must have been working for the Trump Organization, I guess essentially working for his older brother for many, many years. He resided in, I think, Millbrook, like in the Hudson Valley in New York. Supported his older brother's presidential campaign. I think hosted events that were basically fundraisers for it and so forth. So, but he has passed away. They're not saying anywhere, what his condition was, why he went to New York Presbyterian Hospital and why he went to Mount Sinai nearly 2 months ago. I think it was back in June, where he spent 10 days in the neurosciences intensive care unit, And I mean that in my previous video about this, I taught, one of the reports said that Mount Sinai specializes in strokes and like tumors and brain injuries, serious brain injuries, something like that. So my guess was that he had a serious stroke, but I don't know why he ever left the hospital in the first place. Who knows? I just don't know. But what I do, because some people were wondering, is this, did he die of COVID? Which I don't think is the case. I don't, But what I don't know is why it's such a big secret. I mean, I guess the family just wants their privacy. That's possible. And maybe that's all it is. But they're not telling you. And so he went to New York Presbyterian Hospital just yesterday. The president did go there and visited with him. There's pictures of the president there with the Secret Service wearing a mask, going to that hospital, which is one of the largest hospitals, in the country. It's and during the COVID outbreak in New York, I mean, they were I think 50% of their beds in the entire hospital were being dedicated to COVID patients, if I can recall my memory from the previous video. So, but nonetheless, I don't think that Robert Trump died of COVID. I just don't know. Nobody knows. They're not telling us. But the Trump's younger brother did pass away tonight, and that's a shame. And that's the story there, man. That is the story there. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Later, man.